Hello everyone. Uh, Now we'll start ahead. Previously, we have done what is a blog, how to make an account in a blog site which provide the free services to create a blog. So we have done it with WordPress.com, how make an account in the site and then start making blogs. So today we'll do with the making post. Before that, we have learned how to create an account. So let's start. So here we are into the making a post button. Not sorry button, it is just a topic making a post. So in the preview window, you have to click on this right tab present on the top right side to start making your first blog post. This way it will start. Here, when you click onto the right button, the following screen will be displayed, which is given in 2.5.10. That means this one. Here, when you click, this will appear. It has two tabs, the visual tab and the HTML tab. Let's understand about it. Here you will notice the blog post can be designed with two methods using HTML by clicking on HTML tab or by typing in your desired content into the visual tab. HTML tab means you are creating using HTML tags, or by visual tab means directly you are typing in your desired way. So while it is easier to prepare your blog post into the visual option, but using HTML, it gives you more flexibility into the design of your blog post. That means using HTML, you can design it in a more flexible way if you know HTML. I assume you know all HTML because we have already started in the previous classes. So let's understand in the visual option how to do it if you don't remember HTML. So once you click on once you have chosen this visual option by clicking here, and then your cursor appears here, so you start typing text and formatting text options like alignment, bold, italic, bullets you want, alignment you want to do, spelling and grammar you want to check, you want to write a paragraph or something. So all these options are mentioned here, you can do. There is one more button called add. So what is the use of this add button? See this add button. So what is the use of add button? To upload media. Upload media means you want to take any picture from Google, you want to take it from your library or from your system to from your any other gallery. So all these options are available by clicking on this add button. When you click on this add button, this list has come. If you see, this is called media from Google, free photo library, contact form, payment button. So from wherever you want in, that means along with the text you can add some pictures also. So by clicking on this add button you can do it. Suppose you have chosen media button from the displayed drop down list, right? Then you will get some box where all your images are shown. To select the image and then click on the insert button, right? Then you can also edit the selected picture by clicking the edit button on the top of the screen as shown in here, like here. Once you have selected the picture, you can edit. That means you want to crop, you want to enhance, any other features you want to apply, that you can do, right? So next is moving the slider on the top right of the screen allows you to change the size of the picture displayed here as shown. Like this slider, if you talk about, this is to resize the image, the size of the image. So if the image that you want to insert in your blog is not available in the media library, you can upload the same from your computer by clicking again on the add button, or from the Google itself. Download it in your system and then choose it. Same way, like it is an example of the blog. Welcome to my first blog. He has written a paragraph about it, then he posted a picture of that, my car. So same way you also can do. Adding media from Google. I think you all are aware of how to download a picture from the Google. The same you can do it here. When you click on add button, media from Google, the Google box will appear. It should be connected with your internet. So connect your through Google and click on connect to across the images in your Google account. So choose anyone and do the same way any formatting. Adding contact form. Another thing, you can have the contact form. Suppose in some of the blogs you want to take contact from someone, so that you can choose also. The contact form allows a blog visitor to get in touch with the blogger through their suggestions, their feedback and comments. So how to do this? You can do this using contact form. The contact form can have all these fields, as you can see here in the figure, right? I think this is all clear. Any field name is given here. Field name you can type of your choice, the text box. Any field you don't want, there you can remove. So if you mark the field as required, that means it is mandatory for the user or the reader to put the required field. That means all that information will be required, otherwise they cannot submit the form. If a visitor does not fill in this form field, he will be prompted to do so, else the form cannot be submitted. So if you do not require a particular field, you can click on the bin icon in besides the field name to delete it, to remove it from your form. You can also customize the notification settings for your contact form. Click on the settings tab. As you can see here, the screen will look like this. Click on the text box here. Enter your email address, type and multiple email addresses can also be typed like this. When a visitor fills in a contact form, a notification is sent to all the email IDs entered in this text box. That means whatever the IDs you will fill here, all IDs will receive a notification when a reader reads your blog and submit some information or anything he or she has commented. After reading your blog, if he commented, if he have filled the form, so all the notification will go to all these email IDs separated by commas, which you have entered here in the settings tab. The subject of the message that will be sent to the blogger can also be customized by clicking on the text box title. What should the subject line be? So this means the blogger can also change the title of the notification or the box. So then click on the insert button when you have finished customizing the contact form and your form will be inserted with your post. This is the insert button. Once you have finished with all these settings, you can click on insert button here and then your post is ready, right? So the next is inserting links. Suppose you want to insert a link address in your blog. So if you have a free plan, then you do not have enough space to embed videos in the blog post. So then you can link the videos to be uploaded on the blog spot. This serves as an extremely useful feature for the blogger and they should use it wherever they can. Suppose you have some content to write in a blog, but along with that you want to show some videos. So if you have it on your YouTube or some any other sources or any other site, so that is easy to do so, because you can directly copy and paste its URL by adding it up here, and then the people whenever will click on this link, readers can view it. So this is the location of the YouTube video. In the box title link text here, you type or to paste the link URL here, and then click on this add link button when you have finished setting up the link. Okay children. So next is proofread writing. Like a word processor, WordPress also provides a feature of spelling and grammar check, as I've shown you already with this in the previous figure. So once like the site, steam, powered, all these are underlined. So this also can be done using spelling and grammar. You can cross check it. Other settings and tools. Previewing the post. To make it convenient for the readers to read your blog and to make the blog easily accessible, it is important for the blogger to preview the blog. So to make it accessible, you have to preview it. Click on the preview button here. In the displayed window, click on the drop down list towards the left side of the screen. You can preview the blog when viewed on a desktop, tablet or a phone. Click on the close option, and to close the preview mode, return back to the blog post. Here you can do the necessary settings and then you can publish it. Click on the post settings to set options related to your blog post, like here. This was a post setting button related to status, related to image, sharing, all these necessary settings you do, like always you do in your WhatsApp status you put, and you put your status, who can see it, who cannot see. So all these settings you do now. Same way here also, when you created a post, these post settings you can do. Setting status options, right? Publish. Then clicking on the status option will display a status sub menu, like here status. When you click, it will show you this sub menu here. So this will display when the post is published. Clicking the publish option will display a calendar and allow you to change the date of publishing. Once you finished with all these things, when you click on this publish button, you will see this calendar when to publish your post. Like you have here two things: sharing. Using the settings, you can display icons that will allow visitors to share your blog with their friends. Like always you see videos in any like you were using Hello or Daily Motion or Daily Hunt apps in your phones, and you will find the share option there. Once you like the video or the image or any post you like, you can share with other method, right? Like your Facebook, yeah, like your WhatsApp. So same way also this sharing option can be done. If anybody liked your blog, they can share with their friends on social media like Facebook, Twitter and all this. By clicking on the sharing button, this will be displayed 2.5.23. This menu option will come like this one. You will see the show sharing buttons, show like button. So that all can be done. Get it? Next is post format. In order to have post in the form of images or videos instead of only text, we need to format the pages to accommodate this change. The settings can be left as standard. WordPress supports two types of content. One is pages and other is posts, depending on the type of blog you are designing. If it is only text, I think it would be your pages. If you're using your blog as an online diary, you will use posts. Older posts will be pushed down and the old ones will be achieved as per date. That means pages wise, right? Pages, as we know, are static. The content of the page does not change. For example, about us, contact us, all these pages cannot be changed. So all these can be put it into the pages category. Others which can be changed, like your post, like your content, like your image you want to change, that can be put into the post category. Since the contents of the tutorial always remain the same, it is preferably written as a page. There is comments now. The comments button in the manage section is the most interesting section of the blog post. Naturally, once the reader is interacting with the blogger will find it very nice, because its blog, his or her blog is giving feedback, right, by through their comments. Next is personalize. The personalize section allows you to customize your blog. Configure. The configure section allows you to personalize the blog as per the requirement. The first button here is the sharing button, which allows you to use various social media to share your blog contents. The people button allows to create a page that displays information about the selected users. Plugins. Plugins are used to add more features to your blog, as you can see it here in the figure, like so. All these are the plugins examples which you can add into your post. So now our chapter is over. Please read it twice or thrice. Once you do the book reading and once you see the video and then do the book reading, you will be able to understand. In the next day, we will do the exercise. Thank you and have a nice day.